you can hear gunshots like just ringing out through the school, and like you're just wondering like which one of those is going to be somebody that you're like best friends with or somebody that you love.
The community grieving, still in disbelief this morning after a 14-year-old gunman opened fire inside Apalachee High School, killing 2 students and 2 teachers in Barrow County. Such a difficult day for people all across the state and the nation after yet another deadly mass school shooting in our area this time. Barrow County schools have canceled all classes today and tomorrow.
You can hear gunshots like just ringing out through the school, and like you're just wondering like which one of those is going to be somebody that you're like best friends with or somebody that you love.
Now, here are images of the victims killed. Mason Schermerhorn and Christian Angula were only 14 years old. Christina Arimi and Richard Aspinwall both taught math at Apalachee High. Students gathered to mourn those lost, and the investigation far from over right now. We expect to get more updates from the Barrow County Sheriff and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation today. Sarah Hammond reports from the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center, where the suspected shooter is being held and expected to appear in court tomorrow morning.
There are a lot of moving parts in this investigation, but one big piece is that the suspect is in custody. 14-year-old Colt Gray is being held here at the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center. Now, investigators say he used an AR platform-style weapon when he began shooting. He's charged with murder and he will be tried as an adult. At this time, investigators say they don't believe Gray was specifically targeting the 4 victims. What we still don't know is why he opened fire. Investigators say they are still looking into a motive, and Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith credits school resource officers with taking the gunman into custody. But this is not the only time Gray has been linked to a school shooting threat, according to the FBI. They say last year he made online threats. He was interviewed, but the FBI says there was no probable cause to arrest him at the time. And this was understandably a terrifying moment for these students and teachers, wondering if they knew someone who was hurt or killed.
I was listening, and you could hear gunshots like just ringing out through the school, and like you're just wondering like which one of those is going to be somebody that you're like best friends with or somebody that you love. And it's like just really like a terrifying thing.
Schools in Barrow County are closed for the rest of the week, and we anticipate getting some more details from the GBI a little later today as they continue to work through what happened. At the Gainesville Regional Youth Detention Center, I'm Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
And the community is still in shock this morning. Now memorials are growing at the school and at Jug Tavern Park, where a memorial was held last night. Atlanta News First Don Shipman continues our team coverage at the park, where the community is coming together to support each other.
Now that it's daylight, you can see a church directly across the street, and I suspect that a lot of people will be leaning on their faith. They're also leaning on each other. Take a look right here. You can see all of these flowers, the candles, and stuffed animals that have been placed on the steps of this stage right here, located in Jug Tavern Park. Last night, there was a candlelight vigil that took place here. Dozens upon dozens of people gathering here in this sprawling park. There were a number of speakers who took the stage, others getting together to talk and hold one another. A tiny source of comfort for a community mourning the loss of 2 14-year-old students and 2 teachers. We talked with one student who was releasing balloons to honor the victims, and then another student simply trying to process what happened.
I still don't believe this is real. Like, I knew a girl that got shot in her leg, and it really broke me because she was like a sister to me, and I don't know how to react to it.
There's going to be 4 families tonight who don't, someone's not going to be home with them tonight.
We also talked to another student who said people's lives changed here today, and then another student says that, they go to school for an education, not a mass shooting. This is unacceptable. So the school district doesn't have class today or tomorrow, but they are making grief counselors available today. They'll be located at their central offices. You can stop in if you're a student, a teacher, faculty member, or community member that needs to talk. We're here at Jug Tavern Park. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
Parents and students understandably upset after learning that the school administrators were actually looking for the suspected shooter before this whole incident happened. Atlanta News First, Sean Gables actually spoke with one mother who confronted state and local officials about this.
You can't tell me it's a coincidence that they were looking for the same kid moments before he shot up the school. They knew something, and they failed every single one of these kids. For her 9th grade
Rebecca
credit.
Sarayev is the mother of an 11th grader who was in the same class as 14-year-old suspected shooter Colt Gray. She says students were never told a call had been made to Apalachee High School administrators on Wednesday morning, warning of a potential threat.
Do better for these kids.
Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirms the threat was investigated and dismissed. Hours later, 2 students and 2 teachers shot and killed.
If they did get that phone call at 9:30, like, everything should have been on lockdown and they should have been searching since then.
Sarayev had homeschooled her daughter since 2019. She allowed her to return to Apalachee High School for her junior year, a decision she says she now regrets.
I told all the cops here this morning, this is all of your guys' fault. It's the cops' fault. It's the damn school's fault. Like, you could have did so many things differently and you might have had a different outcome. They chose not to act.
Sean Gables, Atlanta News First.
The parents, the students, and so many others, we're going to continue our coverage on AtlantaNewsFirst.com and download our free app to get updates sent right to your phone. Let's transition now to the forecast. And First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris, definitely a big cool down that we've been seeing.
Absolutely, Joy, and that will remain the case today. We'll see mostly cloudy skies here in metro Atlanta for the entire day today. More clouds than we saw yesterday, so that means your temperatures may be about 2 to 3 degrees cooler later on this afternoon. At lunchtime today, we're looking at a temperature of 75 degrees, 79 at 3 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock, 82 degrees will be your temperature. There is a 20% chance of a stray shower or two throughout the course of the afternoon. Most of us will stay dry, but don't be surprised if you see that shower. Here's a look at the high-resolution forecast model, and as we take you into Friday, we will have that rain initially start southwest of Atlanta on Friday morning. It is a first alert weather day for rain. By Friday afternoon, that rain will start to spread and cover most of North Georgia. Mostly light rain, but pockets of heavy rain will be possible, especially south of Atlanta. That will continue Friday evening and Friday night. So as you come home from work on Friday, or if you are headed out Friday evening, watch out for scattered, mainly light rain. Again, that is a first alert weather day for Friday. Going into Saturday, by 7 a.m., we will still have rain south and east of Atlanta from Griffin to Edenton to Covington southeastward, and that will eventually move out. So by Saturday afternoon, it will be completely dry in all of North Georgia, and that's because of a cool front that will be moving into the state on Saturday. So Saturday and beyond looks really good for metro Atlanta with highs staying in the low 80s. Our lows actually drop into the low 60s, if not upper 50s, starting Sunday morning and continuing through most of next week. Also starting Sunday, mostly sunny skies, also continuing through most of next week. So pretty decent forecast here for metro Atlanta. The only issue that we are looking at is that first alert weather day for Friday, and we're not forecasting any severe weather, no storms, just sort of a nuisance rain throughout Friday afternoon and evening. So keep that in mind if you have any plans, and we will keep you up to date on this forecast with an update on Atlanta News First at noon and always in our First Alert Weather app.